There's so much to do, but we're going to start with Pam Bondi. Did you guys watch much of the hearing today, or do you have real jobs?
I saw a little bit of it.
Robby did. Alex, do you see any of this?
Yep.
A little bit of it.
Okay. Again, just all theater. I'm not saying that this will sharing these clips will feed a single hungry child or provide a home over the head of a homeless person or provide clothes to the guy on the subway just now I saw who was doing something I can't even describe. None of that. This is just kickback. This is just pure like political theater for the sake of scoring at home. So get out your scorecard. Here is Pam Bondi with Sheldon Whitehouse, the gentleman from Rhode Island, talking about nude women and Jeffrey Epstein. Number 14, just play it loud and proud. Here we go.
To something else. There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise? Have you seen any such thing?
You know, Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right, when you're the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants, I believe, I could be wrong, correct me, Reid Hoffman, who was with Jeffrey Epstein on multiple occasions. And the senator sitting right next to you tried to block the flight logs from being released. Yet you're grilling me on President Trump and some photograph with Epstein? Come on.
The question is, did the FBI find those photographs that have been discussed publicly by a witness who claimed Jeffrey Epstein showed them to him? You don't know anything about that. Okay.
All right, let's just score it, gentlemen. Draw, Bondi, Whitehouse. Those are your choices. Draw, Bondi, Whitehouse. Alex.
Bondi, the blonde wins.
Robby.
Draw.
Draw. Hyma.
Draw.
Draw. Okay, here we go. I'm going right to my favorite. Here we go. Bondi versus Schiff. Okay, Bondi versus Schiff. That is like you could book that into the Sands Hotel right in the lobby, put up a boxing ring. Number 13. Here we go.
You know, Senator Schiff, if you worked for me, you would have been fired because you were censured by Congress for lying with your
We can stipulate to, you can stipulate to all your personal attacks on the Democratic members of the committee.
Personal attacks. You've been attacking my FBI director. You've been attacking my office. You've been attacking.
But what we're interested in,
borders are.
what we're interested in is the answer to these oversight questions.
You were asked by my colleague.
You were asked by my colleague.
Attacking good people.
Regular order, Madam Chair, so I can ask a question. You were asked by my colleague from Vermont.
All right, here we go. Draw, Bondi, Schiff, Hyma.
I'm going to always give it to Adam Schiff.
Oh my goodness. Robby.
I mean, I think these are mostly draws, but Bondi came away a little bit better in that one.
Alex.
Bullying politician versus feisty blonde. Optics. I'll go with the feisty blonde.
Yeah. All right. Are you guys familiar with my Dick Durbin rule? Everybody know my Dick Durbin rule. When I had a show at Bloomberg, we had a booker we worked with, and every day we'd have to book guests on the show. And I said, I'll never want Dick Durbin on the show. A perfectly nice man. I'm sure he's a good senator, but a horrible guest. I just said, there's literally no, if Dick Durbin, comms director called and said, Dick Durbin has just met with an alien and he'd like to give you the exclusive first look, I'd say no, because he could make that very boring. So I say that as the intro to say, I'm biased about what you're about to see. You know who I'm betting on in this one. This is Bondi versus Durbin, number 11. The Dick Durbin rule is don't book boring guests. That's just my rule. Here's number 11.
City has a murder rate 5 times higher than New York's. 571 homicides last year. If you were serious about protecting your people, you would be asking this administration for help. You're saying that we're coming into your state and your city. We're there to help make America safe and Illinois safe, whether or not you want to.
We didn't get to hear much of Dick Durbin. All right, forget that one. I thought we saw more Durbin.
I thought we did hear Dick Durbin.
Not enough. Not enough. I wanted more back and forth. All right. In conclusion on this story, and again, the whole hearing was like that. You just had Oppo. Hyma, if you were chief of staff to the attorney general, or comms director, or assistant attorney general for whatever, what would you tell her as she came off? What would you say to her about her performance?
Mark, that's a great question. Look, I have always said, and I've said this to some of her former partners, Justin and some of those guys over there.
Yeah.
She is uniquely skilled at this level of theater. She was good when she was in Florida. She's good at the U.S. And here in D.C. and she's very, very good at it. And so I would say, look, you came prepared. You hit all the marks you said you were going to hit. The talking points were, we were talking about them right now, so they're going to live on more than just that hearing.
Yeah.
And thirdly, to Alex's point, she seemed like she was going toe to toe with these senators who have been there for over 20 or so years, except for Adam Schiff, who just got there. But she really looked like she was going toe to toe with these senators. Granted, I don't agree with anything she said, but I thought she did a great job.
Yeah. Okay. Robby, if you were the staff director for the Democrats on the Judiciary Committee, how would you tell them they did?
I mean, terrible. The Democrats are just not doing well at anything because no one, I don't think. Well, look, some of these things land a little bit but it's more because Bondi doesn't necessarily have the full confidence of the MAGA movement. Obviously, there's a lot of conservative influencers who are boosting everyone in the administration when they go toe to toe with Democrats, as she did there. But, if the job is, yell back and turn the tables on them, very well done by her. Of course, she's exceptional at that. But I saw some conservative people saying, we were promised some actual stuff regarding the Epstein files. We've been promised actual prosecutions of Democrats. Your job is not just to fight back verbally, but to actually accomplish some of the things you talked about and we've talked about accomplishing before we took power. I think that's her issue.
Alex Castellanos can handle all major league pitches. He can handle my slurve, my slider, my fastball, and here comes the changeup, Alex. Rank these people from funniest to least funny. Ready? Funniest to least funny. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Stephen Miller, Laura Loomer. Funniest to least funny. Go ahead.
Can we go into negative ratings?
No. Funniest to least funny. There's a method to my madness.
I'd say Stephen Miller is probably the biggest laugh riot here in the driest sense.
Yeah. Number two,
Marjorie Taylor Greene unintentionally, and that leaves a third.
Okay, exactly incorrect. Because Laura Loomer is so funny, and she's so funny, proven by one thing. Do you know what her nickname for Pam Bondi is? She calls her Pam Bondi, and I laugh every time she says it. Even on social media when she just writes it, Pam Bondi. It just there's something about it I find funny. All right, Cozy Earth makes products viscous from bamboo. They keep you warm when you need to be kept warm and cool when you need to be kept cool. I'm not saying they're magic, but there's a little voodoo involved. Right now, particular highlight on the Cozy Earth bamboo sheets. Guaranteed. You can return them within 100 days if you don't like them. They come with a 10-year warranty rather. And then the Bubble Cuddle Blanket. If you've never owned something called the Bubble Cuddle Blanket, now's your chance. Go to CozyEarth.com, promo code 2-way for 20% off your entire order. I recommend, as you know, besides the two products I already mentioned, the pants. The pants are exceptional. Wore them again today because I wear them pretty much every day. CozyEarth.com. Use the promo code 2-way for 20% off all best pants, joggers, shirts, everything. Cozy Earth, because home isn't where you live, it's how you feel. Let's go home with Cozy Earth.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the 2-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and 2-way tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.